Hello, everyone. This is Linda K. Edwards with New Me, New You. And New Me, New You is to help educate, enrich, empower, and inspire. We focus on all personal and business issues. We cater to individuals, families, and businesses to help them to become better than yesterday and to unlock their potential by giving them resources, information, referrals, spiritual enrichment. We do outreach as well as facilitate in person and virtual events. Today, we're going to do a virtual event called Over Mothered and Under Fathered. And I have guest speaker Lucia Bruce, which I have the honor to have. Hi, Lucia.
Hi, Linda. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And I thank you
Good.
so much for being here tonight. And I appreciate you greatly. So
Absolutely.
we have this wonderful topic that is universal. It's a huge topic that is in every community, every ethnic background, and just something that is a concern for everyone, right? But tonight we're going to,
Absolutely.
just touch on the African American community. Okay, so as over mothered, under fathered, as you guys can probably figure out, is that it's the household of a child being parented by a mother, and how the differences are from a mother raising the child by themselves, or vice versa, because it's not only mothers that are single parented, it's also the father. But in this case, we're going to talk about the differences of what which parent does more, so on and so forth. But Lucia, if you want to start out by giving the statistics that you have.
Well, I think in our community we're looking at almost 70% of children and especially males are born into a single parent household, usually with a female as the head of the household, which um is creating an imbalance in our family life. And I think for male children, it's very important that they have their fathers in their life and that they have the balance of a man being able to teach them, what it is to be a man. It's not just, being able to provide food, shelter, those things, of course, one parent can do. But I think there's some unique things that young men need from their fathers that, growing up in a single parent household, a mother's not able to do. And we're seeing a lot of it now on our streets, gang violence, increased violence, increased incarceration. These are some of the side effects of, having a single parent household. They do need the balance of a mother and a father. And of course, there's a lot of generational problems in our community that have led us to this spot. But we have to start to look at it and start to, think of some solutions, to change our family dynamics.
Yeah, I agree. It's tough for any parent to be a single parent, whether it's the father or the mother. But this is the question I wanted to ask. So, is the mother more important than the father?
No, I think each parent brings um, their own nurturing way, to a child, to their children's lives. I don't think that a mother is more important. I think mothers are nurturers and they bring love, and fathers are usually disciplinarians, and those are the roles kind of that society has made for them. I mean, they can switch up and back and forth, but it's difficult for a child to have one parent be both of those, and for the child to understand that mom is yelling at me but she's still nurturing me and she still loves me, so that it just becomes very difficult for a single parent, especially because they're usually the breadwinner. A lot of times, they're outside of the home, so they're not able to spend as much time with their children as they would like to. So there's a lot of things that add up, but I don't think that one is more important or better than the other. It's more about the balance.
Right. I feel that both parents are essential. I know that both parents are essential because it makes a difference in a child's life to have both parents, but unfortunately not everyone is afforded to have both parents. So that parent that takes on the responsibility of the mother and the father, it takes a toll on them because they're trying their best to utilize whatever they've known from their own parents and
Mhm.
bring it on and help with their child. So it is very, I don't think that there is that one is needs more than the other. I feel that like I said and mentioned, that they're essential, both. It's a balance, like you had mentioned earlier as well.
Absolutely.
What
I
are the
think,
biggest differences between mothers and fathers, you believe?
well, when it comes to raising males, I think, to a certain aspect, a mother can only teach her son, to a certain aspect. She can't teach him how to be a man, and that's a huge issue. Again, she can provide and love and nurture the child, but you do need a man to teach his son how to be a man, or his right of passage to growing into being a man.
Mhm. Okay. Well, what are the advantages of mothers over fathers? What are the advantages that a mother would have over a father in general?
Well, I think that again, women are usually nurturers. That's what we do. So providing that love and that security and that those things for our children, um, is good. But there's other components that have to come in order to have a well balanced child. Especially during the teenage years when hormones and things are going, and there's a lot of there's a lot of things, a lot of questions.
Right. Well, the advantages that I know that a mother has over a father is that the bond that she has from birth, there's never going to be another bond like that, but as of from a mother, because they have that, early attachment, and that would be different from a father, because of the father, he only knows but how he can feel and react to his child versus, a mom is more, like you said, a nurturer. She's more an overall type of person. She looks at every aspect. A father comes in when he's needed at that moment, at that time. you know
Mhm.
um Not saying that all fathers are like that, because I've seen fathers that have engaged with their child all the time in everything that they do, and then there are some fathers that just come in when necessary, like the disciplinarian part, where he feels that he has to give the authority, and stuff like that. But um, the other thing I wanted to ask is, do mothers love differently than fathers?
Well, I would say yes. I think from a different place. I think mothers mothers are more hands on with children. I think for the first um, few years of their lives, they depend on their mother for everything. So, I think that fathers are their role comes in maybe a little later, as the child is growing up, taking them places with them, and getting a chance to see the outside of the home. Um, where inside usually the mother, runs, she does the cleaning, the cooking, she buys the clothes. So usually that's where, children depend on their mom. But as they get older, and they pull away a little bit more, if there's a father in the home, that's where he can come in, and kind of direct the energy, so that they can also um, they can also work outside of the home. Children can get uh, the direction.
Mhm. Okay, so do you think that a mother's love is stronger than a father's love, or do you think it's equal? I mean,
Oh, that's a tough question. I think, like you said, because we have that bond. We carry that child.
mm,
For 9 months inside of us. There is a tight bond. Sometimes too much.
mhm, you're right.
Sometimes it can be, it can be overbearing. So I don't say that uh, that it's more. I just think it's how nature designed it.
That's a good answer. I like that.
It's how nature designed it.
Right, literally. But this is the thing. Okay, so when a mother, a single mother, raises a son, right? Do you feel that she's enabling him in a certain way? Um, because that it's always said that okay, you're a mama's boy, like it's a bad thing. It could have its disadvantages, yes,
Mm-hmm.
but who doesn't want to know that a man is has a sensitive side, that he's more understanding and
Mm-hmm.
knows how to treat a woman or treat a young lady. That's really great characteristics for a mother to give to her son. She may not
Mm-hmm.
be able to show him how to be a man, but she can you know put things in his path to give him an idea. Not
Mm-hmm.
saying that she's the man of the house, or but she can give him a little bit. Okay, this is what a man would do, or blah 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 blah, and
Mm-hmm.
teach him. So it's not you know like it can't be done. But what do
No, I mean,
you
a
father?
lot of women have been forced into the situation, so they had to do the best that they could.
Right.
If there's no father available, you do the best that you can. But I do think that we are seeing um, every day that we're seeing that there is a problem. There's a problem with our youth right now that that can't be ignored. So
Right.
we have to go back to the basics and start at the family level, to see where things have gone wrong. And I think one of, just not having that balance in the home of having a mother and a father present, even to things like, when you're just exhausted and, just having another parent there, to take over, to step in, so, because that's difficult for one person to do, to
Right.
work all day, to, do homework, do laundry, to carry that load. And I think
Taking
sometimes that's when,
sports,
yeah,
participating outside in school meetings, stuff like that, right?
yeah, people get exhausted, you get snappy, it's just, I think, God designed it the way it should have been. And I think it's just us that kind of got this all twisted up. So, he knew that it was essential, to have, both, 50-50 from each, parent to make a well-rounded child.
Right, right. And as
Well,
I
two
said
healed
earlier,
parents. That's what I'm gonna say too. Because two parents that have done their work. To make sure that they're the best parents that they can be.
right. And as we all know, parenting does not come with a manual. So they're going
Certainly
off
does.
of, the love, the
Mm-hmm.
character, the concern, everything that they can possibly take from within them to
Mm-hmm.
raise this child and give them the best that they can, in every area. And it's challenging. Even the best parent of the best
Mm-hmm.
has challenges. you know.
Oh, yeah,
So
absolutely.
navigating through, parenting, is just like reading a book. You got to read from the first chapter and bring it all the way to the end. It's yeah, it's and it's never ending anyway.
Mhm,
This chapter keeps going and going and
mhm,
going until, the child is no longer. But at the end of the day, you know, it's just a taunting. It's very um overwhelming for
mhm,
anyone in that capacity of being a single parent. Like for a father to raise a daughter, you know, I know that that's got to be huge, got to be really, really difficult for them because here it is, they have, it's easy probably from like one to like her early teens. But then as she gets
mhm.
into teenage, they're like, oh gosh, I got to talk to them about this. I got to, try to tell them about that. I feel awkward because I'm a man and I know what men do and what they can do.
Mhm,
So, but then these times and days, I've seen fathers are really good now at communicating with their daughters a lot
mhm,
more than before.
mhm,
So, but then again, and the same thing with the women with raising sons, they
mhm,
raise them still to be strong. It doesn't take their masculinity away from them. It doesn't make them weak or anything like that. Actually, I love to see that, when a young man has respect for himself and for other
mhm,
people, and that compassion and empathy and kindness from his mom,
mhm.
because then he'll know how to handle the world and life and navigate through it. But when he doesn't know, he grows up angry and bitter.
Mhm.
So I'm just, this can go on and on this topic, but
Mhm.
I want to just take a little brief, you know, pinch around it,
Mhm.
just to bring it out there for awareness and for people to, really discuss it,
And to look for solutions,
and look for
you know,
resolutions. Correct.
and look for solutions, to the problem. I think that, a mentoring and, in families, looking for uncles and cousins and, if there's not a father in the home, that they can, step in,
Right.
and help, you know, their their um their family members that are single parents, single
Mhm. What
moms.
do you think of some of the things that could be done in regards to this topic? I mean, what do you think, or what advice would you give, to
Mhm,
trying to net, to have
mhm.
resolution and
Well, I think that moms, can, start to look, in their families, and close friends, for strong men and, expose, their their sons to, um, to see if, maybe there can be some mentoring or, to help them out. I think that that's one of the solutions. I don't know. It's a very tough dynamic, that we're looking at. But I think we have to learn to heal ourselves. I think that parents have to sometimes put their differences aside and put the children first.
Mhm.
Because I think that has a lot of influence on how young men grow up and young women grow up to see relationships. Whether their parents were in a good or a toxic relationship. So that, those are some of the things that, we can start to try to fix, which, will help the families, grow and grow better.
Yeah, I actually like that. You said that they have to look back into the family history, and see
Mhm,
if it has happened or what has happened around that time, so that they can learn the do's and don'ts.
mhm.
Um, and a lot of people, again, of course, that comes with communication, and that a lot of
Yes.
people don't have either. So
Mhm,
This is a very touchy topic. We
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
about it forever, but I just, like I said, I wanted us to just take the time just to
Hmm.
introduce it to the world again, even though it has been,
Hmm.
circulating around throughout time, throughout history.
Hmm.
Um, just a topic that needs to be addressed in
Yeah.
every aspect, and to let people know that this is something that needs to be looked into, needs to have resolutions, um, that we can try to put two and two together,
Hmm.
um, and just try to see what in which way we can help,
Hmm.
and who we can go to, like what resources we can utilize
Hmm. Absolutely. Our children are our greatest commodity. They're our
for our
future.
future.
So,
Mhm.
again, you know, we have to put, some of our issues aside, to, help to make, our children's lives better. And I think that people have to start, in their own homes, at their own kitchen tables first,
Right.
and just, as it grows, that's the only way, each one teach one, each one, step up, and as I said, family members and seeing, another single parent struggling, step in, try to help out. I know everybody's life is chaotic, but you can step in maybe and take them camping one time, maybe take them to a game,
Mhm.
even just take them to the park, just let them know that that you're interested, and that and that you care. I think that goes a long ways.
I think that's great advice also, because, you know, there are ways, there are resolutions. Like you mentioned, like go and find someone like Boys and Girls Club. They have the
Mm-hmm.
mentors, or just in school, they have guidance counselors that or after school counselors that,
Mm-hmm.
the kids can go to. But I would honestly feel that, like you said, start out in the family.
Mm-hmm.
Don't too much try to throw them out to other people, because really they're not living in the household with them.
Mm-hmm.
They can be a resource. They could be authority figure to look up to as well. But I think that we as a people should really start from home, because we shouldn't
Mm-hmm.
have to have other people raising our children. you know I mean,
Absolutely.
it's good that while they're out there, they have people to look after them while we're
Mm-hmm.
doing what we're doing. But at the end of the day, it should always start with home first. That's where you learn your tools, you get your tools from, to build you, to keep you, and bring you out into society.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's what I think. Like you said, I think it would be great for parents to get together and host, helping each other, like, hey, listen, I'm going to be going to work 3 days a week. If you're off, whatever days you're off, if we could
Mm-hmm.
circulate and deal with whatever, you know what I mean, and
Yeah,
and make
absolutely.
it into like a unity type of thing where we
Mhm.
all are there. They say that it takes a village to raise a child,
Yeah,
so
it
it
does.
literally does. So, even if you
Hmm.
have a good mom and dad, you still need some other people to support you as well. So, I mean, I just pray that
Hmm. And
this
I think
better.
counseling is also
Counseling, right?
good. I think that, family counseling, in our community, I know we've shunned away. We've gotten better
Mhm.
lately, with looking at therapy as an option. But we still need, more people to come on board and talk to a counselor, have the whole family, have everybody in on it, so that, a lot of times you can get out the frustration, the negative things that, people hold inside that cause bad behaviors.
Right, right. Is there anything that you would like to say to those people out there, of words of wisdom, encouragement, or anything for that matter?
Um, I think just never give up. Never give up on your child. There'll be tough times, or tough road, tough spots, but love and endurance will bring you through. And don't forget prayer.
Oh,
Lots of
absolutely.
prayer.
Definitely,
But
definitely.
you know there if you put what you put in them is what you'll get out, and they either can be your greatest accomplishment, or they can be your greatest problem. So pour as much as you can in, and and you'll get good results.
That was well said. Well said. And I can, all I can do is piggyback a little bit on that. It's like you said, is to pray, prayers number one always.
Mhm.
But also to have the patience and the understanding, because patience is something that a lot of people don't have. And it's very imperative, very important for people to have patience with whatever they do, and
Mhm.
love and concern. Be concerning. Ask your children, what it is that they don't like and they like. I
Mhm.
know back in my day, my parents used to always say, whatever we say goes, and that's it. We don't care
Mhm.
how you feel about it. And I used to get angry, like, okay, I am a person, I need to, for somebody to hear how I feel. So
Mhm.
listen to your children, listen to them, and try to get an understanding of what is bothering them, or what it is that you can do to make it better for them. It has to be both ways. You
Mhm.
want your kids to listen to you, you want to them to do what you want them to do, then you're going to have to give them a little bit of yourself and listen and let them express themselves, not in a disrespectful manner.
Of course.
We could talk, all day long. We don't have
Mhm.
to get antsy and out of character. But at the end of the day, the understanding and listening and just trying to bond a little bit more and kind of be on their side of what is going on. Like, hey, how do you feel about this? Or what do you think would make it better for you to do this, or what have you? Give them an option, because sometimes, I'm not saying to give them a whole lot of space to where they can do whatever they want. No,
Mhm.
there's boundaries to everything, but just to listen to them. Some kids just want you to listen, to hear what
Yeah.
they say, you know.
Again, that word communication.
Definitely, definitely.
Communication.
So, folks, this is the end of this wonderful event. We just wanted to touch bases on it. We have more to come. Stay tuned. Please like, subscribe, and join New Me New You in another event soon. Lucy, is there anything else you'd like to say?
Nope. Nope. Just praying just for all the families. Just to get better and grow as much as possible.
Yes, growth is wonderful. All right, stay tuned, folks, for the next episode of Overfathered. I said overfathered, overmothered, overfathered. Excuse me. Mistakes happen. It happens. But anyway, thanks for joining us, and have a great day. Bye.
Bye.